Yeah. This your boy PT. Once again back at you with the smoke out session. This real talk, broad TV, you know what I'm saying? And we getting back into this HIV thing, man. This part two of the segment, man. Um, I want y'all to just hear me out. So as I was saying, as they doing this surgery on her, and they end up telling us that everything fine, everything good, that her lungs was collapsing. She had a bunch of mucus around her lungs. They had to go in there and clean it out. That she had internal bleeding. But they trying to locate the bleeding. They were saying that she would be alright. They wouldn't say what was wrong. They would say no more than she had pneumonia and that she would be alright. So a week passed. She was in the hospital. And then my sister was home, taking care of the kids, cleaning up around the house, talking and giggling and laughing and stuff. And we haven't forgot about her. I deeply love her with all of my heart. It was that we was more like trying not to think about it. And so another week came. And that's when we really started to like wonder, okay, now what's going on? So we started to ask questions. And we realized early on that she had signed confidential papers and that they was not giving us no information. I wasn't married to her. She wasn't married to me. I wasn't getting any information. Her power of attorney wasn't getting no more information than what I was getting. So we went on for a whole month with her being in the hospital, just not being able to put our hands on what was going on and just hoping for the best. To finally, I go out one day, hustle, come back, her sister at home cooking, cleaning up, doing her thing. And I'm like, okay. I get a phone call from my mom. And my mom said, Tony, I just left the hospital. And, I know medicine. And, I used to be a nurse. She was like, my daughter got AIDS. And she ain't telling y'all that. You need to take them and them kids, you and them kids, and go and get tested right now. I'm not playing with you. I hang up. 5 minutes later, my mom called. Miss Mamie just told me so-and-so, you need to go down there and do such and such. So my heart racing fast. I can't breathe. It's getting to the point where my neck tight. I got feeling pain, hurt. I'm hoping that this ain't what it is. I'm remembering that the year that we had Mercedes, I was locked up 2 months. And she had Mercedes while I was in jail for them 2 months. And so I never signed Mercedes' birth certificate. I never got a chance to. But she's named after me. And I was doing the year when little Tony was locked up. I never really looked at her like that. And I was like, every time I pushed the issue to go get my name on the birth certificate, we never did. And my mind just went to racing with a lot of stuff that was like mystery I never paid attention to, because I was too busy wanting to grind. I was too busy wanting to be out here in the world, doing what it is they do in the world, I'm like, damn. So my mind said, man, go to the hospital, man. It's time to talk to her. All this bullshit, it's time for it to stop. So I wake my friend up. I make him give me a ride to the hospital. He shooting me up there. While I'm out there at the hospital, I'm talking to her. I'm trying to get her to tell me what's going on. She keeps shaking her head at me. She at a stage where basically her mind is leaving. So sometimes she remember who I'm here standing out there. Other times she don't. She click in and out. And I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on? I go downstairs and just go off. I'm like, I know this girl not sitting here. And y'all see me with 2 motherfucking children. And she got AIDS. And y'all not gonna say nothing. And we come down here and visit her every week. And y'all knowing this, you mean to tell me she can sign some papers that could give us some shit and she never have to say, man, what the fuck is going on? Man, I snapped. I just lost it. I went off. And the dude was like, man, you're going to have to leave if you keep this up. So I explained to the security, if this was you and your girl of the last 6 years since she was a teenager is sitting in this hospital and she dying and you don't know why. And you got 2 kids from her and they don't know why. And y'all could be in danger. You tell me what. That man, he just looked. He couldn't even do his job. He couldn't even escort me out no more. That's when the supervisor that was there that night, he looked at me and he said, "Do you know the power of attorney?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "If you can bring her down here, we can explain it to her, and you could be there listening. If she alright that." I say, "Bet, I do that. I go and get her." And he was like, "Yeah, I want you to wait till the morning. I want you to take care of the kids home. Go and get a good night's sleep." And he was like, "You should always be HIV tested. Everybody should stay HIV tested." He was like, "Bring her family because she gonna need support. And y'all come down here and we'll speak with you two in the morning and you can tell the family." So I called up everybody. That next day we all met out to the hospital. We went to see what the business was. And so the doctors finally came out. They asked me the power of attorney, which was a sister to go in there. Bacterial specialist came in. Started talking to me about diseases and all of these different effects. And I say, "Look, man, I've been in school. What you're describing to me as AIDS, there's nothing stupid about me. Tell me what is going on." And he couldn't tell me. He was like, and he stopped for a long time. And I say, "Nah, bro, tell me what is going on." And he grabbed a piece of paper, put it on the table, and wrote the words HIV. And he was like, "That's what she got." And I say, "What?" I say, "Man, you bullshitting." He was like, "Hold up." He was like, "She ain't been taking her medicine, taking care of herself the last year, and it done took hold of her and done turned to AIDS." And I was like, "So she finna die?" He was like, "We done seen patients come back from this, but she's gonna need support." And he was like, "She's gonna need to go home." I was like, "So basically y'all trying to send her to my home to die? That's basically what you're doing?" And the doctor shook his head. He couldn't really respond to it. I bust up out of there. I was with my auntie Ann. My auntie Ann said, went to call everybody on the phone. "I can't believe she done this to this boy. I can't believe this boy sitting up here taking care of these kids out here at this damn house not knowing what's going on, and that's what's going on with her. And we done took care of her. She done been a family member. She done been here since day one. We ain't been nothing but good to her." My auntie going off. I feel like killing myself. I feel disgusted. I feel nasty. I feel like I wasn't a human being no more. Like, I wasn't pretty no more. Like, I wasn't good enough to be around people. I felt embarrassed. I felt bad for my children. I felt embarrassed on their behalf. And I didn't know what to do. I just basically, I wanted to fall out and die. That's basically what I wanted to do. And as we entered in there to tell her family, they looked at us and they said, "We already knew this. She's had this since she was 13. We thought you guys knew. We came out here to see when she was going to die so we could do the burial." And as I was out there smoking a cigarette, one of my cousins said, "You didn't know?" And I looked at her. I wanted to kill her. I said, "Do it look like I would have a baby from someone that is sick and plan a life with her? Do I look like I'm that dumb?" And she said, "Tommy, if you don't remember, a few years back, we had a real bad argument. You remember, I stopped allowing y'all to come down to my house." She was like, "That's what that was about." And I had remembered that argument. And she like, "I tried to tell her to tell you." She kept saying she was cured, she got better. And she was like, "That's why we never talked to her." And I understood why our family and none of them never was there from day one. Man, it's coming to hip hop. I went to hip hop, I meant to say. But listen, that ain't make me feel better. It didn't make me feel better, man. I had to turn my phone off, smoke a few cigarettes in front of the hospital, and finally, that's what my auntie Ann said. There's nothing more that we can do. The lady who had been there the day before when I walked in and went off, she said, so it was AIDS. And I said, yes ma'am. And she said, they should kill that bitch. And another dude that was trying to figure out what was going on with his brother that was out there with me, he walked out. And before he could even say it to me, I said AIDS, and he said, yeah. And he had a 13-year-old brother. It was cold that day. And I'm going to continue the rest of this in part 3. So I want y'all to stay viewed. It's your boy, Manolo, Prettytony with the Smokeout Session. All real talk tonight.